Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, can Fred VanVleet become a star for the Toronto Raptors this season? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Podcast, which we have linked in the description below. Be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro platform that we're launching in the first week of January. And also, we're going to be launching our website, Dreamerspro.com, which we are extremely excited about in January. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted. With that being said, let me just get into the Toronto Raptors here and talk about Fred VanVleet. Now, for those of you people who pay attention to the preseason, which I'm not one of them, but there are some people that pay attention to it, the Toronto Raptors have gone 2-1 in the preseason thus far, right? Now, we all know that we have a truncated season this year because of the quick turnaround. Usually there's 6 preseason games. This year we're only having 3. The standard NBA schedule is 82 games, but this year they're going to make it 72. The reason it's 72 is for that TV deal, don't forget. Nevertheless, so things are a little bit bunched up together, and games are going to be coming a little bit faster. Normally, under normal circumstances, the league starts in October, late October, I believe it is. So you have opening night, and then things die down a little bit, and then we have Christmas Day, where things really ramp up again. And then and then we have All-Star break and all these different things, and then the playoffs. So the NBA is seasonal. Within the season is seasonal, but this year things are a little bit different, right? So things are going to be happening a lot faster. It's going to be hard for us to really understand how things are going until we get a good amount of games under our belt. Some teams may start out hot, cool off a little bit. Some teams might start off a little slow and then pick up some steam later on. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, let's talk about the key players and key contributors for the Toronto Raptors. Number one, we have Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam has been a stud for his entire career. He is their best player, no doubt about it. He won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, I believe it was in 2018-2019 season. He had a fantastic season. He had a very great playoff run. The guy had only been in the league for 3 years up until that point. He's one of these guys that's coming to the NBA, understood why he was there, and why he was there, and he just went to work, and he got better and better and better. The few players that got better like this over time. You can think of Kawhi Leonard. You can think of Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you go back and look at his numbers, he got really better. He just improved over time. If you look at Kobe Bryant, players like this, they've really taken the opportunity that they had in being able to play in NBA in such a specialized skill, job. I think there are less than 500 or 600 NBA players in the world professionally, and they made the most of their opportunity. So Pascal Siakam is their best player, very versatile guy, and he's probably most likely going to get better, right? He's a great, great, great player. I think last season he averaged over 22 points per game. But in the playoffs, we experienced a little bit of a drop-off. But listen, I'm not going to hold that against the guy too much. He's only been in the league 4 seasons. But the guy is showing that he's a worker. He's very, very serious about his craft, which is something you can't say about a lot of other NBA players. But this guy really, really is making the most of what, of the chance that God gave him. And he's really making him, and he's putting in the hard work. So we have Pascal Siakam. I think the leader for the Toronto Raptors, undoubtedly, without question, is Kyle Lowry. He's the guy that's been there for the longest. He was there with DeMar DeRozan before DeMar DeRozan was traded for Kawhi Leonard and sent to the San Antonio Spurs before they made that swap. But Kyle Lowry has been the voice. He's been the cornerstone of that organization, and absolutely, I believe he's going to have his jersey retired when he's done playing basketball for the Toronto Raptors. And I think he's a leader. He's the key voice in that locker room, and he's a very gritty guy, man. Kyle Lowry is one of the greatest competitors I've ever seen. Like, he competes at a very, 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 very high level. He will die for loose balls, all these different things. I mean, Kyle Lowry, if you have him on your team, you're in a very good position, especially from a leadership standpoint, chemistry standpoint, and somebody you can count on in the foxhole to go out there and really scrap and fight with you and try to claw away some wins. So the Toronto Raptors are very lucky to have him, right? Because he's a stud. You have OG Anunoby, who's a very versatile guy, young player, but he's still developing. And the Raptors look like they understand how to develop talent very, very well. The last organization I can kind of think of that really did a good job with that is the Golden State Warriors, who drafted their players. Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson were all drafted. They did a very good job. And you think of the San Antonio Spurs, who are very good at drafting players and developing players. So the Toronto Raptors have a very good program of drafting smartly and developing their players, because they have a very good program. If you think of their coach, Nick Nurse, former head coach of the year, championship coach who understands his guys, one of the best coaches in the NBA, has a very stellar reputation all around the league, very respected, very smart, no nonsense, but he's one of these guys that rewards players when they do well publicly. He really, celebrates his team, and I think a lot of players gravitate to coaches like that who celebrate their success, who don't seem like they're unfazed by how good the team is doing, and I think it works for his roster, and he's done a very good job with them. So kudos to the Toronto Raptors for making, again, Masai Ujiri made that decision, fired the former head coach, the coach that won the coach of the year, and hired this guy, and it paid off. So their team president, Masai Ujiri, really, 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 really understands what he's doing. So they have him. But let's talk about Fred VanVleet. And if I think of Fred VanVleet in the context of the Toronto Raptors, I think of clutch play, clutch basketball play. Fred VanVleet, let me tell you guys, in that run, when they were winning their first title, Fred VanVleet was sensational. Like, he was sensational. Let's talk about his run in the playoffs that season. The regular season, the guy averaged 11 points, a steal a game, 4.8 assists, 2.6 rebounds, 84% from the field, 38% from the three-point line, and 41% from the field, right? But in the playoffs, although we're only saying, okay, he only averaged 8 points, but those 8 points is the moments that he was producing, which was just, absolutely incredible, especially in the finals. He averaged 8 points per game, almost 1 steal per game, 2.6 assists, 1.8 rebounds, shot 77% from the free throw line, and 39% from the three-point line, and 40% from the field. Now, if you look at these numbers, you say, well, there's nothing spectacular about them, right? However, if you saw the Last Dance documentary, prior to that docuseries coming out, if you go look at Michael Jordan highlights online, you see some great performances, but they were not put into context. But when you saw the Last Dance documentary, it put Michael Jordan's career into context. And that's why when they conducted that poll in ESPN in 2020, 70% of the people thought that Michael Jordan was the greatest player ever. Because those performances were put in context. If you saw Fred VanVleet's run in the playoffs, there's no way you would say that those Toronto Raptors would have won that championship without him. Absolutely no way. Last season, the guy showed you that he was a stud last season, and he has one of the biggest contracts for any player that was not drafted, I believe. So the guy averaged 17.6 points per game, 1.9 steals at standing at 6'1", 6.6 assists. Think about this, 6.6 assists. 3.8 rebounds at 6'1". 3.8 rebounds at 6'1". Shot 85% from the free throw line, 39% for the season at the three-point line, and shot 41% from the field, playing 35 minutes a game. That was Fred VanVleet. In the playoffs, the guy kicked his productivity up a notch, averaging 19.6 points, 0.6 steals, blocks, 0.6 blocks as a 6'1" point guard. He got you 1.6 steals, which is a career high in the playoffs, 1.6 steals. Then he got you a 3.9 rebounds. What did he get? 84% from the free throw line, 39% from the three-point line, and 40% from the field, playing 39 minutes a game. So Fred VanVleet is a playoff player, and you can see that he does very, very well in the playoffs, like a Derek Fisher or Rajon Rondo, these type of guys. Just a very, very important player. Now, am I saying that he needs to become an all-star? I don't think he'll become an all-star because there's so much talent in the Eastern Conference with the Kyrie Irvings, the Russell Westbrooks, these guys. It's going to be hard to make the Eastern Conference as a point guard. It's almost impossible for him. But can he become the star for that team? I believe so. Because as of now, the only definitive all-star on that team is Pascal Siakam. Kyle Lowry has been an all-star, but the definitive all-star on this team that you can say, okay, you can pencil him in each year to be an all-star is Pascal Siakam. So I think he can definitely be a star for the Toronto Raptors moving forward and a key contributor this year and moving forward to help them win titles because he's only, I think, 26 years old. So he's still a very young guy. And for me, I think he has a very promising future in the NBA with the Toronto Raptors. And I think he's going to help this team do really well this season. So What I want to know from you guys is quite simple. Do you think Fred VanVleet can become a star for the Toronto Raptors this season? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out some of our other videos. If you enjoyed this video, check out the video that we have at the end of this video. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.